Diaspora Talk. My name is Nathan Charles, sitting in the presenter's seat, and we are looking at issues from Liberia and across the world. On the Diaspora Talk, we'll look into the political situation in Liberia. As you know, it is almost election, and the political momentum is heating up all across Liberia. We are seeing political party members, standard bearers, supporters. They are entering into villages, they are going into towns, clans, chiefdoms to help our people, educate them about the election process and why they think their candidates are the best for the upcoming October elections in Liberia. So we'll be looking at these issues. We saw over the weekend former Vice President Joseph Boakai, who's the standard bearer of the Unity Party. He was in Nima County. He interacted with his people. And we also saw the current Vice President of Liberia, Madam Jua Hawa Swakoko Taylor. She was also in Bon County, her hometown, the place she represented for several years, talking to the people there. She went to pay some respect to Madam Swakoko and discuss other issues with the people there in Bon County. And this bombshell in Liberia, social media has been waiting for the long-awaited bombshell from Costa, a political figure, a talk show host, and a major campaigner for the Joseph Boakai team, who it is now clear that he no longer support the ambition, the vision of Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai and the Unity Party as of today. So Henry Costa will be speaking also on the Diaspora Talk. We'll be playing excerpts from his major press conference held today. And if you were in Liberia in the 90s, you listened to the famous song, Listen, oh, I'm a good singer. Listen, oh, Liberia. Have you forgotten the promises you made to God? The person who made that song, Evelyn, and she was honored over the weekend by the TS Voice as well. So we're playing excerpt from there. And still back to politics again. Nathaniel McGill has been rallying people of Margibi County to elect him. According to him, he wants to deliver Margibi County. And this young organization called Brains of Liberia celebrated 1 year of activities, of existence as well, of their program Brains of Liberia. So we'll be playing all of this and discussing these issues on the Diaspora Talk. But hey, let's get the momentum from the scene before we come into discussing this.
Amanda, away, Amanda, away, away. Let me go read
So you saw Hera Costa, they're entering the grounds of his political party there today in Liberia. We will be playing you major highlights from Hera Costa clip. Also to Madam Swakoko, our current vice president, Madam Joe Howard Taylor, was in Bon County. But guess what? Let's play her entry into Bon County. And our reporter, Tatas Yekinya, was providing you details of her visit. Then we'll also look at her interview she held with journalists.
I just arrived, and she's going to be having a couple of town hall meetings with residents of Suakuku. My name is Titus Yakan. It's a pleasure to connect with you on KMTV Liberia.
So that's current vice president of Liberia, Jua Howard Taylor, in Swakoko Bond County. But just why she went there, we'll be listening to Vice President Jua Howard Taylor briefly. And let's take a commercial break. This is a paid for campaign ad by the Tiawon Gongolo team. I repeat, it's a paid for commercial by the Tier 1 Gonglo Campaign Committee. So let's play this commercial. When we come back, we'll look at other issues on the Diaspora Talk.
Good news, excellent news. A real son of Bond County, a homo man that has made many positive impacts on Liberia, has been chosen by the Integrity Icon, the man who was most qualified to change Liberia for the better, Councillor Tiawon Gongolo, to be his vice presidential candidate for the upcoming October elections. Dr. Emmanuel K. Ure Yapaulo is expected to be announced to the public this Saturday, July 8, 2023. It is all happening at David Kuyon Sports Stadium in Banga beginning at 11 a.m. Come and see your own local artists: Whitmont Mantor, Tumete Wama, Jeremiah Koyo, J. Richard Saki, Moses Saki, and Jonah Beng. Councillor Gongoro and Dr. Yuri Yakpa will have the boom to demonstrate how they will clean Liberia of bad behaviors, especially corruption. So bring your broom to show support. Come on, come all.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference. Let your celebration begin with Park.
Indeed, Park Liquor Outlet there is proud to be affiliated with the Diaspora Show on KMTV, and also to the Mama T's African Kitchen. We are happy that the Mama T African Kitchen is also sponsoring the Diaspora Show on KMTV. So don't forget, if you are in Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, visit the Mama T's African Kitchen for all of your delicious African meal there on Brooklyn Center. That's the number to call, and you'll be glad to experience some delicious African fingers and meal there from the Mama T's African Kitchen. And don't forget, KMTV will also have our 360 booth as well. We are renting out that for if you have your graduation party, your weddings, your baby shower, contact us. We provide all services for you: video, photos, t-shirts printing as well. So contact KMTV. We have a custom-made jersey for the Judah 26. As you see it, you can call the numbers on the screen, and we are always out. Always, if you are in the Brooklyn Park area, visit the Waterside Market. That's where we are selling our selling our t-shirts for the Judah 26 celebration as well. A custom-made jersey is very reasonable. Or you call us and we ship all across the United States. And now let's go into politics. As you know, former Vice President, the standard bearer of the Unity Party, Joseph Human Barker, has been touring rural Liberia. He was in Nima speaking to a cross section of people there in that parts of Liberia. Joseph Barker was keen. He wants local people to be incorporated, to have voice in the operation or the decision of the government activities. He claimed that teachers or local people are not appreciated or are not included into the local government's operation. And he spoke about other issues. Under his leadership, he will ensure that the people maintain their power. He spoke about the lack of security in these Leeward counties. Let's take a message from Joseph Human Boycott.
You go to many of the villages, there's no doctor there. You go to the remotest part of the country, there are no police there. There are no soldiers there. Who are the people keeping the laws of the country? Our people. And do they even have motorcycles? No. I can say almost 80% of this country is in the hands of our traditional people. And it got no recognition. That got to change. That got to change. In other countries, go to Ghana, go to Sierra Leone. These are the people that do all the work. Few people sitting in Monrovia. Besides that, the midwives, if they were not there, are you able to send people there to go take care of these women? Long time ago, I had a thought, and it's going to happen, that all the midwives in this country, we will look for special kit. In fact, one time, I got a solar company that provided some solar panels so that in the night they can see. We will make sure that special kit for midwives will be produced and every capable midwife will have it. They take care of our children. They are the ones who solve those problems. When we're not there, we stop overlooking our people, the effort that they make, the food that we eat. Who produces the food? Who makes it available? Sometimes they sell the food so many times they carry it to the market, they end up throwing it away. This Nimba, I know, when we had the Nimba County Agricultural Company here, I came here in Sakipi. There were 3 counties, Lofa, Bon, Nimba. I used to keep the record. Nimba was next. We produce for this country. We're going to produce every time.
So you listen there to former Vice President, now current, he's the currently he is the standard bearer of the Unity Party, and he was in Nema there talking about food self-sufficiency, looking at the issue of incorporating people into local government, saying that, hey, all of these things, we don't have security, we don't have teachers and nurses in rural Liberia. The people, they are hindering these things. So indeed, he said under his leadership, things will change. But you and I know that Joseph Boakai was part of the Unity Party who ran Liberia for 12 years. These things still existed, and he claimed that he was not he was a pack race card, and he asking Liberians to making the head now, and he under his leadership and led by and supported by Jeremiah Kuhn, will help transform the lives of the ordinary people. There is a famous saying that show me your success, then show me your success path, then I will know who you are. So indeed, we hope that the people, the message will resonate with the people, and as we hope goes towards election, we hope that, hey, the people will make the right decision, because politicians are crafty, and we know that the people in Liberia, in rural communities and all, they are suffering. It is no secret that they need better life. They need basic social services. So we need someone with the heart to transform their lives. So this is a situation now. Nothing is bread and butter in Liberia. Things are hard for some people. Things are good for some people. So, but again, the general perception, everyone must benefit from the wealth of the country. Now let's go over to Margibi County. This sanctioned former official of the Liberian government by the United States government, Nathaniel McGill, he has been all in the villages in his area in Margibi County. He wants to represent his people. He was nominated by his party to represent his party, which is the ruling coalition for democratic change. He has obtained his candidate nomination form from the National Elections Commission. Oh, and by the way, the National Elections Commission released a document. I will be discussing that as well on those who have already registered. We'll be giving you details. So Nathaniel McGill was in Margibi County. According to him, delivering Margibi County is his utmost or foremost priority. But this was the man who was sanctioned by the US government, and up to this time, we are still following what's going on. So now he has expressed interest in representing his people. Let's take a listen from Nathaniel.
So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for the great statement of you. So I want to say thank you. You made history in Margibi. You know, I love the story of Joseph. You know, majority of you read the Bible, and you know the story of Joseph. Joseph's brothers, Joseph had a dream, and in his dream, his brothers and father bowed to him, and they decided to say they wanted to kill him, but they sold him to the Egyptians, and they took him to prison. And Joseph had a dream, and the king had a dream. Joseph had a dream by the king, and the king had a dream, and Joseph explained the dream, and Joseph went to the palace, and Joseph said, I want to ask you that I can't do it alone. I want to be able to walk into the office of the president. I want to be able to walk into the room of the president. And I said to the president, Mr. President, I made a commitment to the citizens of Margibi. I made a commitment that in my first year, I will make sure that CN Rain is rebuilt. I tell you, Babu, you see the Emerald Hospital. I do not say things that I do not do. When I say things, I will do it. CN Rain will be rebuilt. And the CN Rain that you know will not be the same CN Rain that you see you will come back. But I can't do that alone. I need a president who will listen to me. And I know we don't want president, nobody perfect. Let me put it in simple English. Even you bring Jesus Christ, there will still be problem. We know, President, we are not perfect. President, we have plenty of problem in terms of dealing with all the Liberian issues we got to deal with. The problems are enormous. The problems are enormous. President, we are not even putting the problem of Liberia. He will do so, and he will leave so for the next president. But I want to ask you, don't be alone. Get me the president that will work with me so we can develop Margibi County. Margibi, we are marching to victory. We are marching to development. You know, let me say something. Recently, most of you been hearing that Nathaniel McGill said, Margibi get $1 million. They should not use the money. We get me going to the election, and I talk to Evelyn and Tom. I tell my Anton, don't get involved into that telling your money business. And she promised me to not be part of it. Nobody will do like giving money while we're going to election.
Indeed, the Nathaniel McGill, they're speaking to his people, assuring them that if he's elected as senator of Maikebe County, he would do. He's claiming glory for the hospital in Bapudu County. As you know, he contested in Bapudu County, but he lost miserably during that election. Now he's in Maikebe County, telling the people that, hey, if you elect me as a senator, elect uh, uh, current president George Weah as your president, because I need a president who I will have unlimited access to. You know, he's a good friend of the president. It's no secret. He wants to, have that cordial relationship to ensure that his people benefit, and he assuring them 100% that he would do his utmost best to alleviate them from poverty and transform the CH Rainy Hospital that got that fire. And up to this time, it has not been built. So that's the story there from my lower Maigebe County there. Let's play this commercial again. It's a pay for commercial by Team Tier 1 Gonglo. And I repeat, this is a paid for commercial by Team Tier 1 Gonglo.
Good news, excellent news. A real son of Bonkante, a homo man that has made many positive impacts on Liberia, has been chosen by the integrity icon, the man who was most qualified to change Liberia for the better, Councillor Tiawan Gongolo, to be his vice presidential candidate for the upcoming October elections. Dr. Emmanuel K. Yuri Yapaulo is expected to be announced to the public this Saturday, July 8, 2023. It is all happening at David Kuyon Sports Stadium in Banga beginning at 11 a.m. Come and see your own local artists: Whitmond Mantor, Tumete Wama, Jeremiah Koyo, J. Richard Saki, Moses Saki, and Jonah Peng. Councillor Gongoro and Dr. Yuri Yapaulo have the broom to demonstrate how they will clean Liberia of bad behaviors, especially corruption. So bring your broom to show support. Come on, come all.
Indeed, we're still on the Diaspora Talk, and this big story here from Liberia. As you know, Henry Costa had a press conference today. We'll be looking at that story there, what things he said at that major press conference. He spoke about the financial. I don't want to delve into that. We'll look at that story right after this commercial break with our sponsor from the Park Liquor of the Brooklyn chiropractic.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.
Indeed, this is the Park Liquor Outlet there in Brooklyn Park, right on the Zenwood Avenue. And this is the Diaspora Talk. We're looking at unfolding issues in Liberia. We discussed about Vice President Chuava Taylor visit to Bon County, current former Vice President of Liberia, Joseph Iman Boakai visit to Nima County. And now let's look at this other story. Henry Costa, a popular talk show host, a great campaigner, former great campaigner of the Joseph Boakai team, and he has revealed several issues why he is not supporting Joseph Boakai at this time. It's been rumors that the pair has been at loggerhead, but Costa went silent several weeks, and he even recused himself from his popular talk show called the Costa Morning Show. And so today, Mr. Costa arrived in Liberia recently, and he held a press conference. He posted on his social media that he will be hosting a major press conference to explain some issues, to give his side of the story, be it truth or not. But that's Costa's side of the story from what has been rumors all around. And so let's listen to Costa as he revealed that some investors offer him 30 million United States dollars to run as president. He later turned that money down and told them that, hey, Joseph Boakai could be the best person. We need to support him. And the financier told Costa later on that, hey, one condition will give you the 30 million if Joseph Boakai select you or elect you, appoint you as his running mate. And Costa, according to him, reached out to Joseph Boakai and discussed. And he's claiming that Joseph Boakai initially agreed. That's the allegation. He's claiming that Joseph Boakai usually agreed to appoint him as vice running mate in this current tenure. But things went the other way around. He claimed that Joseph Boakai backstabbed him after he arranged a meeting with the investors, the potential investors who wanted to give this 30 million. They flew to Ghana and had a lot of discussion. And Joseph Boakai, during that discussion, said some negative things about him. But these are allegations. We hope to hear from the Joseph Boakai team because it has been rumors, but this is the first time for Mr. Costa to speak to the media. So we'll play your excerpts. I'm just explaining some of the things he said. He also went far explaining rumors that he, Costa, planned to kill Ambassador Joseph Boakai upon his visit to the United States during a medical treatment. And he spoke on a lot of things. So let's listen to Henry Costa for himself, and we'll break that clips down into segment.
We had rented for Ambassador Boakai to stay while he was in the States. I went upstairs to greet him as I usually did, if he wasn't already downstairs whenever I got there. Upon seeing me, he immediately, with much excitement, broke the word to me that Mrs. Tamba had informed him what he believed was the best news he had received in a long time about my meeting with the financial backers at Royal Hotel. He said that he believed it was God's mysterious way of solving our money problems. He was so happy and thanked me profusely for what he believed was a great uncommon sacrifice that I had made to turn down 30 million US dollars to run for president out of deep loyalty to him. I was so very happy to see my beloved Uncle Joe so very happy. For several weeks, while we waited to hear good news from the financial backers, Uncle Joe put me on a serious pressure and stress for updates, which sometimes I didn't have to give him. Then he departed the United States on February 10 to return to Liberia. And on the very next day, Saturday, February 11th, I received the long-awaited answer from the financial backers. They first expressed their disappointment in me for not accepting their offer to run for president. But thankfully, they have considered and accepted my request to support Ambassador Boakai instead. But it came with one condition: They requested that in exchange for their $30 million, Ambassador Boakai must pick me, Henry Costa, as his running mate. When I delivered their terms or requests to Ambassador Boakai, at the time he was already in Liberia, he readily and happily accepted and agreed. I was stunned. He went on to tell me how brilliant, loyal, patriotic I am, and what a godsend I have been to him over these past years, and much more. That was the first time I had heard such flattering words from Uncle Joe. Now permit me to backtrack a little. A few weeks earlier, Ambassador Boakai had told me during a 1-hour phone call that he was not going with Senator Yomdi Kanga Lawrence as his running mate because of a weakened position due to the internal crisis in her party and because of the way she had treated Charles Bromskin's party and people by mortgaging it to the likes of Musa Bility, according to him. He also decisively dismissed the idea of picking Jeremiah Coons, whom he said was very corrupt and a puppet of the notorious warlord Prince Johnson. He further told me that the Americans in particular would be very unhappy and offended if he picked Jeremiah Coons as his running mate. I used the opportunity of the call to tell Ambassador Boakai very firmly that I, Henry Pedro Costa, would not continue to support him if he picked Jeremiah Coons as his running mate. Because I believe Jeremiah Coons stands for nothing and has spent all his years in the House and in the Liberian Senate busy enriching himself, voting for every bad deal that came before him, and never once stood up for the Liberian people's interests. I also told Ambassador Boakai that picking Jeremiah Coons, who is a political puppet of Prince Johnson's, a very dangerous warlord who is under U.S. sanctions, would be deemed as a slap in the face to the United States, our oldest and most important partner. I went further to tell Uncle Joe that having a troubled man like Prince Johnson close to the presidency would be a grave threat to our national security and our fledgling democracy. My fellow Liberians, Ambassador Boakai agreed with me on all these counts and proceeded to promise me, Henry Pedro Costa, that he would never make the mistake of selecting Jeremiah Coons as his running mate, as it would be devastating for the country, and he had the responsibility to pick someone with shared values. But of course, Uncle Joe would ultimately break his promise a few weeks later. After these conversations with Ambassador Boakai, I reached out to my political leader, my party chairman, and Ms. Tilia Ure to let them know of all the developments and what Ambassador Boakai had committed to me. All of them agreed to support my selection should Ambassador Boakai select me. Truthfully, none of them believed that he would pick me, but they hoped he would. They also suggested that we recommend Mrs. Sarah Beslo Yanti, who had been our preferred choice for running mate to Ambassador Boakai, considering her experience, position, and ability to mobilize support for his candidacy. We agreed to see things through with these options. So on Thursday, March 16, Ambassador Joseph Boakai and a delegation of 4 persons boarded a Kenya Airways flight and landed in Accra, Ghana an hour and a half later for his meeting with my financial backers. The trip was entirely paid for, per dime, ticket, accommodation by the people. In the meeting, which took place at the Marriott Hotel near Kotoka International Airport, a meeting requested by Ambassador Boakai, he did something that would dramatically change the way I see him forever and ever. When he got into the meeting with the potential financiers, Ambassador Joseph Boakai used the opportunity to badmouth me to these financiers, saying some of the most negative things about my character to them. After telling me that he would commit to them, that he would make me his running mate, he broke his promise and went on a rampage of trying to damage my reputation to these people who I had brought to support him. He even went as far as blasting them for offering me such a deal rather than offering it to him. He told them to dump me and give him the $30 million so that he could pick whoever he wanted for his running mate. In exchange, he promised to give them anything they wanted in Liberia if he won the election. In specificity, he promised he will give them the Wologisi Mountain in Lofa County. Moreover, he told them that he could never select Yombli as his running mate, neither Jeremiah Kun as his running mate. As you may expect, the people were very shocked by Ambassador Boakai's behavior. And when they asked him about his promise to name me as his running mate, Ambassador Boakai vehemently denied ever promising to make me his running mate. The people finally and firmly rejected Ambassador Boakai's request to abandon me and give him the package, and expressed their disgust at his behavior. After the meeting, one of their representatives called and briefed me on how the meeting went. And as you can imagine, I was deeply disgusted, disappointed, and felt betrayed by a man I had come to consider a father figure and done so much for.
You listened there to the first segment of Henry Costa's message to the nation, talking about how he felt when he was dumped by Joseph Boakai and his team there after he had arranged a meeting with his potential investor to invest 30 million into the campaign of Joseph Boakai if he, Henry Costa, was selected as running mate to former VB Joseph Boakai. But it's been in the news that, hey, Henry Costa was never in the nomination list of Joseph Boakai, a vice presidential running mate. So he spoke on that issue as well, saying his name was part of that vice presidential nomination plan because, according to him, Joseph Human Boakai informed him, assured him that, hey, he's considering him, Henry Costa, as running mate. Let's take a listen to that as well.
Put my name on the short list. The very next day, on Monday, March 19, he drove to Carisburg to consult with the leader of our party, Honorable Benana Ure. He asked Honorable Ure whether he was in support of me being considered for running mate. And Honorable Ure told him that he was fully in support. However, that it was up to him, Ambassador Boakai, to make his pick of whoever he felt was best suited for him. Fellow Liberians, what came next was extremely horrible and unbelievable. The same people that we had supported and worked very closely with for so many years suddenly turned on us and began to fabricate wicked and crazy lies against us. It began with a nonsensical lie that the financial backers that Ambassador Boakai had met with in Accra, Ghana, were fake and that they were agents of the CDC government. Ambassador Boakai even went to the extent of talking to Senator Sir Joseph on the phone, where Sir Joseph convinced him that it was the CDC government that was clandestinely putting up the $30 million so that he, Ambassador Joe Boakai, could pick me as his running mate so that he could lose the election to the CDC. I was shocked that my Uncle Joe would now begin to believe opposition officials against his favorite and beloved nephew.
So, Heron Costa there speaking about the situation involving him and Joseph Human Boakai. He spoke about he was appointed, he was in that nomination list because Joseph Human Boakai assured him that, hey, you will be appointed if this deed of 30 million goes through Also, Henry Costa also spoke of plans, rumors that he's been accused or that's been circulating social media that he planned to kill Joseph Human Boakai upon his visit, his medical visit to the United States. And Costa said that's a blatant lie. So he also dispels such rumors. Let's listen to Henry Costa speaking on that plan as well.
Everything was all set. But 2 weeks to their departure from Liberia, Jacob Kabakoli called me to say that Uncle Joe was canceling the trip. I didn't ask him why, but I was shocked that Uncle Joe would cancel such an important trip without speaking with me. It was very strange and unusual. But then days later, I started to hear the gravest rumor that Ambassador Boakai had been made to believe, maybe influenced by his people, that President Weah and his people had provided me with a huge amount of money to pay the American doctors that were supposed to do the surgery on American soil, in an American hospital, to kill Joseph Boakai during the surgery. Therefore, that is the reason why Uncle Joe was canceling the trip. He no longer trusted me and did not want to come to do the surgery anymore. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they could go to that extent. But then, of course, on March 30th, the bombshell came from Uncle Joe himself. He sent me a long WhatsApp message saying a lot of things. And in the last paragraph, he said that he had received information that he would be killed in the surgery and therefore not participate in the elections. So he wasn't going for the surgery anymore. I was beyond shocked and deeply heartbroken when I read that message from Uncle Joe. And the rumor had finally been validated. I still have that message in my phone as we speak. We believe.
That's talk show host Henry Costa there speaking about situation involving him and Joseph Human Boakai, standard bearer of the Unity Party. It has been rumors that Henry Costa and Joseph Boakai, the pair, fell off due to some political differences. Now, Henry Costa has been speaking. We hope to hear from the Unity Party team. We saw on social media some of them joining jobs, but we want to hear from them. All of these allegations, Henry Costa is giving us the entire war if these allegations are true. So we hope that we will get to the bottom of this. And again, one few things in that press conference, Henry Costa said that Joseph Human Boakai told the investors who promised to give that $30 million that he would do whatever they want. I mean, and sell mortgage in our country, promising investors that, I will give you the Wologisi Mountain. And we see these things. That's what causes underdevelopment in our country. Campaign financing from foreign investors. When these people finance our political parties, people who want to contest in the election, when they come to power, then they mortgage our country. They give our country for little or nothing to these investors. These are grave issues, and we need to look at campaign financing as well within election. And we hope that we will get to the bottom of this. The Unity Party people will speak about that. And there were a lot of issues talking about his health condition. I think it was not really politically mature or professionally. It was not mature to delve into someone's health issue that Henry Costa went into. We hope that that will not continue. Let's discuss the politics and leave out people private issue. Let's play this commercial paid by Team Tiawon Gonglo. We'll come back. We'll look at other issues here.
Imayo Yure Yamawa Yakapa
Good news, excellent news. Area son of Bonkante, a homo man that has made many positive impacts on Liberia, has been chosen by the integrity icon, the man who was most qualified to change Liberia for the better, Councillor Tiawan Gongolo, to be his vice presidential candidate for the upcoming October elections. Dr. Emmanuel K. Yuri Yapaulo is expected to be announced to the public this Saturday, July 8, 2023. It is all happening at David Kuyon Sports Stadium in Banga beginning at 11 a.m. Come and see your own local artists: Whitmond Mantor, Tumete Wama, Jeremiah Koyo, J. Richard Saki, Moses Saki, and Jonah Peng. Councillor Gongoro and Dr. Yuri Yapa will have the broom to demonstrate how they will clean Liberia of bad behaviors, especially corruption. So bring your broom to show support. Come on, come all.
Indeed, that's the political message there from Team Tiawongonglo. Let's go over to this story here. As you know, Evelyn Mas, a famous Liberian gospel artist, was honored over the weekend by T.S. Voice, and they believe that Madam Mas, Evelyn Mas, has been doing extremely well in Liberia and the diaspora, putting Liberian artists together. So Tia Vor, Termon, and her doing the celebration of birthday, honoring Evelyn Mas for her many contributions to society. And let's take this clip here from the honoring program.
I always gave this story. I didn't even have boobies. When we started hearing, let's see more, Liberians. Y'all remember that? I never thought in a million years I would go, no condition. You know the song that you're not doing. You just know you're playing out. Yes. Never, ever thought that I would be close to the person. From the day this woman set her eyes on me, she have never addressed me as my name. We were never close. She started calling me Sunshine. Sunshine, Sunshine. And then one day I called her another girl, Sunshine, say you must take it back. You can't do that. We don't share. My name is my name. When you increase it, that's my name. Even if you say, my yellow damo, that is my name. Nyama can be yellow damo again. Take it back. See what Brother Casey put all that too. He said, I'm your first watcher. Whether you like it or not, you can call nobody else your first, you know. We have to apologize. It's the same way. And if we have this, I will correct it. Neatness. Okay. You know, the only thing I have done for this woman is recognize who she is as a person and have gotten attracted to goodwill. Not goodwill for the fact that she wastes money on you, no, but good character. Good character, someone that carried himself in the community with dignity. And me being the trouble that I am, I say I got to get close to this. Maybe you'll help me from, you touch me, I stab you. Yes. You try me, I'll be, maybe, just maybe. And then when I get angry, I say, sis, Evelyn, leave me with you. And she says, Sunshine. Sunshine. And then she turned to,
Yes, that's the manager, founder of TS Force, honoring and appreciating Evelyn Mars for her many contributions to Liberia. She has helped train, nurture, supported Liberians at home and abroad. Even in the diaspora, she's there bringing together Liberian musicians to ensure that they work together, support their work. And she was on Thelma's birthday as well. According to Thelma, it is a way of giving back to Evelyn Mars for her many contributions to society and mankind. Let's look at this other story here. As you know, Brains of Liberia, a young organization founded by Noah Davey, over the weekend celebrated 1 year anniversary. Brains of Liberia, they are here sparked us highlighting the talents of Liberians who are all across the world and in Liberia as well, bringing them to light for other people to know the talents they do have. So they held a program on Sunday via the internet, social media, and we'll play you some speakers there who spoke about bringing of Liberia activities. But let's take this some of the talents they highlighted on their program, which is also on KMTV, and take a listen to some of the talents they do bring to highlight.
PPOL Spotlight, a program that motivates.
I find myself doing employment, even though on a very low scale, but yeah.
Inspiration for other females across the country who inspires to be an artist as well. I envision myself as one of Liberia's best female artists, and for this dream to become a reality, I am seeking sponsorship from anyone who is willing to help me through this process.
我们学习的压力开始上升，当然，在第一年结束时，我们开始体会到新奇学习的乐趣。正如压力是多的曾经说过的，教育的根是苦的，但果实是甜的。作为一个外国人，有人忘记来到这里求学和生活。 这并不是一件容易的事情，在一个陌生的国家生活，和来自不同的国家、不同文化背景的人交往，让我更加了解。
Where I'm coming from and with the skills, with the arts background, I always want to add on to what I have so that before Youth Theater as a or institution that is solely into art can also expand her range by helping the young people to teach them how to use their hands, how to make things with their hands, and also to support the incomes. Because if everyone just sit and wait for a government job or for someone to
Just go get this beat. I'm not a
So that's some of the talents from Brains of Liberia. They highlighted they during the celebration of the 1 year anniversary. But some Liberians who have been following the work of Brains of Liberia also spoke and acknowledged the operation, the work, the good work this organization has been engaged into. We hope to let's play you one of the speaker who spoke, Cham, followed by Liz and DJ Finest. Let's play it then.
That's a very long journey, a long distance. But what I would say, 1,000 miles begin with just a single step. And I would also encourage you guys to always stay away from people who will try to disparage your goals, your ambition, and everything. I mean, the word free is not actually free, and success is not just success. It actually entails a lot of struggle. So I encourage you guys to keep up with the good work. Despite I don't know much about Brain Liberia, but I promise to be a follower of you guys. Johnson and I will keep in communication. And I say thanks again.
You listened there to one of the speaker, Cham, speaking photo by DJ Finest, who also spoke highly about the organization.
All around the world doing great things. They make sure they keep us aware and keep us, informed on Liberia and what are the great things happening in our country. So I love that. I also love that Brains of Liberia got only young people. You guys are young and motivating and very intelligent, Working with Jitumu, my co-host, I must tell you guys, this young man is something so special. And I know he's going to go so far. And I know the fact that he is with Brains of Liberia tells me that this is a platform that is truly truly about intellectuals and motivating our Liberian people. So I just want to say congratulations. Don't give up what you're doing. Stay focused. You guys are on the right track. You know, this is just the beginning. And woman power for being our woman to start this amazing platform, you know. And girl, more power to you. Guys, continue to work with our women, empower her. You know, she's on the right track and you guys are all on the right track. Congratulations. I'm so proud of Brains of Liberia.
In the DJ founders, they're speaking about Brains of Liberia, that she's so proud of them and their activities as well. And another person who spoke, Liz, she's from the Joyful Hands. She also spoke about plans to partner with Brains of Liberia, how to support more activities in and out of Liberia. She's from the Joyful Hands Foundation.
Of Liberia through Johnson. I saw his post from I think it's KMTV regarding his tuition. So him and I got in contact through that. I contributed what I could. And he started to tell me about you guys. So I did my research. I went, I looking online, and I was highly impressed of the work that you guys are doing. So when he sent me the information to join, I said absolutely, without hesitation, I joined. And to see the work that you guys are doing, hats off to you. May God continue to give you all wisdom. Just before I conclude, like I said, I left Liberia at the age of 11. When I came to the state after I graduated, I started a nonprofit organization as well, an NGO that provide resources for people within the United States and in Liberia. And I'm proud to say that the elementary school that I went to in Liberia, in Logantown, my organization, we were able to provide a reading room. We built the reading room, we provided books, we provided resources and everything for the students that are there. So this is a mission that we want to continue to do as we also expand our nonprofit initiative in the USA. So if anyone is looking to partner or to connect at any time, just find us on Facebook, Joyful Hands, or you can email us at joyfulhands at yahoo.com. I would love to collaborate more with the Liberian youth because as much as we respect our elders and we love our elders, as the younger generation are growing, we need to kind of pour back in wisdom to those that are younger than us, right? To provide them resources and foundation and platform such as you guys to be able to say, hey, if this person can do it, this person can contribute positively to our organization, company, community, I can do the same. So hats off to you. I'm so glad I joined. I'm highly impressed, and I know that everything you guys are doing will grow. It'll be difficult because in our society, whether you're in America or you're in Liberia, wherever you're from in the world, doing things that are positive tend to move a little slower than when you're doing things negative, especially when it comes to social media. So I want to commend you not to lose your faith, not to lose your fight. You have people like myself and anybody else that is supporting you. So congratulations. And I hope we're all able to connect and do something together soon. God bless you all.
Indeed, listen to Liz from Joyful Hands, the USA, speaking on Brains of Liberia, our first anniversary. We also brought some highlights of other speakers, and we'll be playing more speaker. The guest speaker also spoke about helping young people develop their talents using social media. We'll also be playing that in our subsequent broadcast, and other speakers there on Brains of Liberia first anniversary. These are organizations like Brains of Liberia we need to continue supporting and encouraging their works throughout Liberia. And let's take this other story. But before that, let's play this commercial, a paid for commercial from Team Tier1 Gonglo. A paid for commercial from Team Tier1 Gonglo. Let's recognize the comment from Emmanuel, bro. We recognize the comment. Thanks for the correction. We will proceed with that. And let's play this commercial here.
Doctor Emmanuel, you're a young man,
good news, excellent news. A real son of Bon County, a homo man that has made many positive impacts on Liberia, has been chosen by the integrity icon, the man who was most qualified to change Liberia for the better, Councillor Tiawan Gongolo, to be his vice presidential candidate for the upcoming October elections. Dr. Emmanuel K. Yuri Yapaulo is expected to be announced to the public this Saturday, July 8, 2023. It is all happening at David Kuyon Sports Stadium in Banga beginning at 11 a.m. Come and see your own local artists: Whitmont Mantor, Tumete Wama, Jeremiah Koyo, J. Richard Saki, Moses Saki, and Jonah Peng. Councillor Gongoro and Dr. Yuri Yapaulo have the room to demonstrate how they will clean Liberia of bad behaviors, especially corruption. So bring your broom to show support. Come on, come all.
Team Tier 1 Gonglu there for that pay for commercial. And let's take the story. Vice President Joe Howard Taylor was in Bon County. She spoke about plans to continue supporting her people, and the name Swakoko, she said, resonated with her. She believed the spirit of Madam Swakoko lives within her because the people of that area saw the need for her to continue to support their activities. She spoke to the press.
How you feeling?
Well, I thank God for today. I think the Neswakoko name that I carried many years ago as senator, I had no idea where she was buried. They kept saying Neswakoko, Neswakoko. So one day I came to visit my father here, who's now passed, Paramachi Buena, and he came to show us this grave. At that point, it was a dump site. He used to put down here. And I said to them, why if Madam Salif come one day and said she want to come and see where they already buried? Why you would show her? It was based on that we came and fenced the place in and fixed the grave so people would, if somebody wants to come and see. The name is still ringing today. The history of Liberia cannot be told without Swakoko, Phoebe Compound, Cottington, all of the different places, Carrie.
Okay.
These were the lands that she gave. And when her people said no, she said, if you bring education to our people, our country will be lifted up. So it's because of her today that we have all these facilities. We have research facilities, we have hospital facilities, we also have educational facilities.
Vice President Joe Howard Taylor there speaking about the good work of Madam Swakoko, and she promised to continue supporting the people of Swakoko district in Bon County. We'd like to say thanks for watching the Diaspora show. Until we come away on Wednesday, my name is Nathan Charles, and we look at stories here. Here in Costa reveals some plans that he will not continue to support the Joseph Human Boakai ticket. And we're also listening to Nathaniel McGill, who's in Magibi County, assuring the people that he need to be elected to help improve their living condition. And we saw a few minutes ago, VP Joe Howard Taylor was there talking to her people in Bon County. We also play you clips from the first anniversary celebration of Brains of Liberia. They are on Facebook. Just look for the page, Brains of Liberia. If you have a talented kid, if you are in need of help, you can contact Brains of Liberia to showcase or to ask for assistance. They are here to help you in that direction. And we'd like to say thanks. Have yourself a wonderful day. But let's leave you with some of these clips that made it through the Diaspora Talk.
Amanda, away, Amanda, away, Amanda, away. Let me go bring the chairman.
God's mysterious way of solving our money problems. He was so happy and thanked me profusely for what he believed was a great uncommon sacrifice that I had made to turn down $30 million to run for president out of deep loyalty to him.
Struggling to fund $55 million. If you put the country in second round, if you create a situation that the country has to go for second round, the second round will cost the country additional $40 million.
You heard one of the things that I took note of, that the midwives, you know, the people who don't respect what our people do. You go to many of these villages, there's no doctor there.
Y'all remember that? I never thought in a million years I will go to no condition. From the day this woman set her eyes on me, she have never addressed me as my name. We were never close. She started calling me Sunshine. Sunshine, Sunshine. And then one day I heard her calling another girl Sunshine. I said, you must take it back.
As an artist, I draw from inspiration. And when I first saw Noah's picture, I was inspired by her beauty because it symbolizes the beauty of a true African queen. Her afro represents the crown and her smile represents truth and resilience. As an African, especially a Liberian, I have realized that there are not many female artists in Liberia. For this reason, I envision my art as a platform of motivation and inspiration for other females across the country who inspires to be an artist as well. I envision myself as one of Liberia's best female artists.
Good news, excellent news. A real son of Bonkante, a homo man that has made many positive impacts on Liberia, has been chosen by the integrity icon, the man who was most qualified to change Liberia for the better, Councillor Tiawo Gongolo, to be his vice presidential candidate for the upcoming October elections. Dr. Emmanuel K. Yuri Yapaulo is expected to be announced to the public this Saturday, July 8, 2023. It is all happening at David Kuyon Sports Stadium in Banga beginning at 11 a.m. Come and see your own local artists: Whitmont Mantor, Tumete Wama, Jeremiah Koyo, J. Richard Saki, Moses Saki, and Jonah Beng. Councillor Gongoro and Dr. Yuri Yapaulo have the room to demonstrate how they will clean Liberia of bad behavior, especially corruption. So bring your broom to show support. Come on, come all.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.